My role at SPI for the last 8 years, I am a trainer advisor specialized in work at height, rescue at height, and equipment inspection. Actually, I never chose health and safety. It was the other way around. Health and safety shows me. And you would maybe think, how come? Well, actually, I was a teacher in the past, and I got this person in my class who wanted to have English classes to improve his English. And all of a sudden, after a couple of weeks, he told me, would you like to work for me? And I said, listen, I come from Cuba, health and safety, they don't go together. In Cuba, of course, we don't know what that is. And I told him that. He said, no worries. We will take care of that. You will be trained by us, by me. And after 6 months, if you like it, okay, welcome to the team. Otherwise, well, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Today, it's been 8 years, and I'm really happy and passionate about health and safety. My passion, the element I love the most at SPI, while I train people, is that it enables me, it allows me to save people's lives. Actually, while training these people, these workers, I have the chance to tell them, to share my experience, my knowledge, and to let them know the best way, the good manners to use safety equipment, like a harness, a lanyard, an anchor point, how to think about rescue plans, and so on. So for me, it is really important, it is an honor to, in this way, try to save lives. There are some elements, unfortunately, that are neglected when we talk about work at heights. The most important I find is rescue activities. Why? People think that just having a harness, an anchor point, and tying off, it is enough. That is not the case. It's not the point. Actually, we should always plan ahead. And it means that every time we work at height using a fall arrest system, we shall always think about a rescue plan at the same time. They should go hand to hand. Why? Because something happens, there is an incident or an accident, a fallen worker, it is not really at the very moment when the person falls that we have to run all around looking for something to help us save this person or bring this person down from his harness. Why shall we act as quick as possible? Because when somebody falls and being suspended in a harness, the longer the person remains in the harness, more problems the person's going to have, possibly. So just to quick understand, after the first 5 minutes hanging in a harness after a fall, a person could find death. So from that point, the importance of always having a rescue plan. Think ahead, plan ahead. What can we do if something happens? The most important person during a rescue, of course, we always think about the person who's hanging in a harness. And it's very important to act, as I said before, to act as quick as possible. But this person is not really the priority. In this case, it is the rescuer where we have to always take care. Be careful, because we already have somebody hanging in a harness, okay? Somebody has fallen. But we don't want to have a second one. Okay, we don't need to have a second person hanging in a harness because the person is not being trained, the person is not familiar with the equipment and with the rescue techniques. So in this case, we always have to be positive in the way of thinking that the priority is the rescuer. The most common mistake during a rescue, there are some, we could say. The most important one, the one we see more often, is we see people improvising rescue activities. Many workers, knowing that his fellow worker, his brother, his best friend is hanging in a harness after a fall, and we try to improvise to act as quick as possible. But it's very important to never try to improvise a rescue. Never try to improvise if you don't have the training, if you don't have the proper equipment, and the proper techniques, the adequate techniques to save the person in this matter. One very important element to retain, to keep in mind, to remember, guys, is to always plan ahead. Every time we use a full arrest system, we shall always think of a rescue plan. Always try to have a rescue plan before we execute work at height using a full arrest system. So try to remember that, guys. Rescue plan is very important.